It's Raw preview time for the 16th of May 2022, but like usual, Raw, WWE have pretty much nothing officially lined up for tonight apart from the fact it's going to be Bobby Lashley taking on Omos inside a steel cage. Apart from that, no other matches have been announced, no other segments have been announced, so we're just going to have to try and come up with the best of our ability here to try and predict, to try and put the pieces together and see if we can somehow create a Raw preview. But let's talk about the match that we know we're getting. Let's talk about Bobby Lashley versus the Colossus versus Omos. Of course, with MVP at ringside, but how much of an advantage or how much of a role will MVP actually play in this match tonight? Like I said, there will be a steel cage separating MVP from Bobby Lashley and Omos. So, I mean, Lashley has his cane, but MVP has his cane, he has his walking stick. Perhaps he can slot that through the steel cage and he might be able to get involved a little bit. But for the most part, this should be a straight one-on-one match, Bobby Lashley versus Omos. And we've seen in the past, when it was Bobby Lashley Omos one-on-one at WrestleMania, Bobby Lashley won. We seen last week whenever they had the match, you know, the one-on-one match at WrestleMania Backlash, we seen that Bobby Lashley was doing well up until the outside interference. So I've got to believe that Bobby Lashley will win this tonight, and this will end the feud between Lashley and Omos. Omos, in my opinion, isn't ready to be anywhere near the main event, and Lashley is a legit main eventer. So I think Lashley should go over. It's not like WWE have many main eventers. They're crying out for main eventers, so they need Bobby Lashley back, and I would have Bobby Lashley win this match. It doesn't help that there's pretty much no Raw World title at the moment, and that the World title has been held hostage by Roman Reigns. That kind of sucks ever since Mania. I mean, almost 6 weeks, and there's no sign of a Raw title. So, yeah. But I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley to win. I'm assuming we'll get another Fear My Hand match. It's the last thing I want, really, but I think we'll get it. So, I mean, it is what it is. Fear My Hand fucking sucks, but he's going to be on the show tonight, whether we want him or not. Last week, we had Rhea Ripley join Judgment Day. Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley are now, obviously, a group. They're a stable. I wonder if anyone will join tonight, or if it's just going to be those three for the foreseeable future. Plus, lately, Liv Morgan has been teaming up with AJ and Finn Balor in live events. I've heard people say that Liv Morgan has joined the Bullet Club. Obviously, AJ and Finn Balor were both in the Bullet Club at one time. I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't say Liv Morgan's joining the Bullet Club just because she's teaming up with Balor and AJ Styles. But if she did join, then you know what, I guess she'd be the hottest member in the Bullet Club, wouldn't she? As for everything else, Bianca Belair, I think her story with Sonya Deville's pretty much over. Will she get a new challenger tonight? I mean, who knows? Asuka and Becky Lynch seemed to be feuding last time we seen. Obviously, last week, Becky Lynch attacked them when Asuka had her contenders match. So I think they're probably going to do a triple threat. That looks to be the way they're going. And I think that might be confirmed later tonight. Maybe we'll have Becky versus Asuka. And it could end in a DQ or something like that, or a double count out. Or maybe it'll be Becky's turn to get a contenders match against Bianca Belair. And this time Asuka will interfere. I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would assume that it's going to set up for a triple threat match at the next pay-per-view. Kevin Owens, I'm sure him and Ezekiel, or Elias, call him what you will. We'll see if that continues. And RK Bro, I mean, there's not a lot they can do. If they're on Raw and the Usos aren't here, if the Bloodline's not on Raw, then how can RK Bro really, how can they advance their story? All they can do is take on Alpha Academy or take on Street Profits for like the 10th time in the space of what, a couple of months. So there's not a lot they can do. I mean, overall, guys, it looks like a lackluster Raw. I mean, the steel cage match should be good. I mean, two big fucking men inside a steel cage, tearing each other limb for limb. I mean, that looks pretty interesting. I'm hoping Lashley wins. Apart from that, though, Raw doesn't look that great. So let us know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you in the review. But until then, peace.